really what you're looking at right now is competition for 2 spots, and really there's only competition for 1, because if Clemson wins, Clemson's going to be in. I mean, otherwise, so the competition is for that final spot.
Reese, you said something interesting to me, and you said Michigan would be blocking Colorado. Now I think we are talking about something very close to the TCU situation that we had a couple years ago. Now Michigan is sitting, they ended their season with 2 out of 3 losses, and they're sitting at 5, I get that. If Colorado knocks off Washington, sitting at number 4, I do believe that Michigan's still sitting duck for Colorado. I don't think they're out of the reach of Colorado if they add a Pac-12 championship with the win over Washington. I don't know that Michigan's necessarily in there.
But you don't look at head-to-head then? Because that would obviously
because you would think that those teams would be very similar.
Because of when it happened in the season. It happened very early in the season. Sefo Liufau leaves that game, gets
That's
hurt.
a big deal for me.
Then Michigan ends the season losing 2 out of 3 games while Colorado's on a 6-game win streak. Yeah. That's a different situation. I love head-to-head. You know I love it. Yeah. But in this case, I don't see how it plays in.
But you're forgetting about the Big Ten championship game. Like, you're taking that out of the possibility here? Like, no.
His statement was simply that Michigan is blocking Colorado. Okay. And so I wasn't talking about the rest of the
Michigan beat Penn State and Wisconsin.
You know how I feel about the Penn State situation.
You think Michigan has a chance to get in if things fall their way?
Yeah, I think they have a shot.
They're done.
When you say
again,
I think the only thing that can happen to get Michigan in.
Colorado wins.
Colorado would have to win, and I think Clemson would have to lose. And I'm still not sure Michigan would get in because, let's be honest about this, Kirk. Michigan, terrific football team, tough losses. They won 1 game outside the state of Michigan all year, and it was against Rutgers. I know they had a road win at Michigan State. 1 game. Great team. Can't see it for them this year. I can't. They may be among the best, but their most deserving component just doesn't measure up in my judgment.
Yeah, and that's what if Washington loses to Colorado, that's what the committee is going to be talking about. Most deserving versus the best. I thought Michigan, and the way they played on the road in Columbus, showed everybody that they can play in front of a hostile environment and execute. They had an aggressive game plan for the most part until they had the lead there in the 4th quarter. And I thought they went into this football game, and I think they proved that they're one of the top teams. Now, they're sitting at 5. If Colorado wins, to go with what you're talking about, Joey, and where are they sitting right now? Are they at 7?
Colorado's this week. Colorado's 8, behind all the Big Ten teams.
Okay, if they win, and I've loved Colorado all year. I love their story. It's very hard for me to imagine them going from 8 into the top 4. It's possible, but because they played Michigan head-to-head and lost, I think that would come into play. I can't wait to see if that does happen, how the committee handles the Big Ten champion, Penn State or Wisconsin, versus Michigan, who's already ahead of them.
How should they?
I'm just going to tell you this.
How should they handle it?
If Washington loses, I'm saying if Washington loses and everybody else, Alabama wins, Clemson wins, and Washington loses, my opinion, Michigan goes to 4. That's what I think.
Even if Penn State wins? Because now we're about to talk craziness.
We already are
If Penn State wins the East and wins the Big Ten, and you say, great job, great season, let's go back and get 2 teams.
They lost by 40 to Michigan.
Let's go get 2 teams
Joey,
and put them in.
Hey, guys.
Now we're talking crazy.
Guys.
Yes.
Hey, guys. Remember last year when we had Michigan State and Iowa, and we put the 2 best teams, best teams in the one went to the Rose Bowl, one went to the playoff.
Yep.
Were those the best teams? Were those the best teams, Michigan State and Iowa?
Yes.
In the Big Ten last year? Even if they were. Not who deserved it. You thought Michigan State and Iowa were the best teams.
I do.
Ohio State sent 13 guys to the NFL.
We're talking about a Penn State team. Now we're talking about winning the East and winning the Big Ten. And we're taking 2 teams out of the East, out of the division that they won.
Yeah,
now, I am not willing, and I've said this last week, I am not willing to take a look at this Penn State team and watch them against Michigan State last week and sit there and say that Michigan and Ohio State are just clear-cut better than they are. I'm not willing to do that.
Joey, you make a great point here because I do think Ohio State's one of the best teams. Everybody's been so anxious to give USC credit for improving and giving this team credit for improving. Nobody's wanting to give the credit to Penn State for improving since they beat Ohio State.
They're alive.
They beat Ohio State.
They're in.
They've been ripping people. We're going to talk to Kirby Hocutt about the importance of conference championships versus more deserving or best teams and so forth. Coming up in just a minute.